Hello, my dear students and the rest of the learners. Welcome to part 8 of that 7-part series of tutorials in Computer Structured Programming Unit in C and Pascal. This is section 2 of 5 in the topic Program Structure. In this tutorial, I'm going to pay attention to operators. My name is Meme JM, or you can simply call me Emily Swap. Therefore, the content of this tutorial, or the content that I'll cover in this tutorial, includes common operators, where I'm going to look at operators in their order of precedence. Then I'll look at the many categories of operators used in programming. And lastly, I'll look at the operations that can be performed in C and Pascal. We look at operators in their order of precedence. An operator is a special character or symbol that represents an action by operating on a value or a variable. Operators are used in a program to manipulate data values. An operator is therefore a symbol that tells the compiler to perform specific mathematical or logical manipulations. An operand, on the other hand, is the data that is manipulated or operated on using an operator. It can be a constant value, a name of a variable, or other data structure. The order of precedence of operators is therefore the order of priority of an operator in relation to the other operators. It is the order in which the operators are evaluated. This order can always be ordered with the use of parentheses. In other words, my dear students and the rest of the learners, if you have an operation or you have an operation statement that contains more than one operator, then you evaluate each of them based on the order of precedence. There are those which you are supposed to work on first, then you proceed on to the next operator, and you move on like that until you are through with all the operators. Therefore, the following are the main categories of operators used in programming in their order of precedence. We always begin with arithmetic operators. These are the operators that are used to carry out numeric type operations. They operate on two operands in an expression to produce a value. The following is the order of precedence for these operators in Pascal. 1, we have parentheses. So parentheses has the highest precedence. It is followed by exponent. Then multiplication. Then division. Division is divided into 3. We have what we call real division. We have integer quotient, div, and we have integer remainder, which is mod. Then we move to addition, then subtraction. And therefore, generally, this order of precedence is acronymed as PEMDAS. PEMDAS, parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. That's a good acronym that you can use to remember the order of precedence of operators that we classify as arithmetic operators. The following is the order of precedence for the same operators, but now in C. Of course, parentheses comes first, followed by multiplication. Then we go to division. In C, division is of two types. we have the integer division, which usually generates the whole number section or part of the figure only. And then we have integer remainder, or what we call modulus. And this one usually generates only the remainder part or the fractional part. Then we have addition and subtraction. The arithmetic operators are then followed closely by relational operators. These are used to show relationships or a comparison between two or more values representing condition of equality and or inequality and evaluate true or false. The main relation operators used in Pascal in their order of precedence are equal to, not equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. The main relation operators used in C in their order of precedence are as follows: less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, equal to. Then we have not equal to. My dear students and the rest of the learners, kindly look carefully on not equal to. Not equal to in C. When you compare it to not equal to in Pascal, not equal to in Pascal looks as follows. That is not equal to in Pascal. But then when you proceed to C language, you see that not equal to is written as follows. That is not equal to. Not equal to. Very important, my dear students, and the rest of the learners. It is important to differentiate between these symbols. Then the relational operators are followed by what we call the Boolean operators. What are Boolean operators? These are the operators used to combine two or more expressions or decisions together form compound expressions. They include the following in Pascal. We have not, N-O-T. We call that logical negation. It negates a Boolean operand or the value of logical expression. It is followed by the logical AND, A and D. A and D in an expression evaluates to true if both operands or conditions are true. Then we have OR. We call it logical OR. The expression is true if either operand is or both operands are true. In C, these three operators are represented as followed or as follows respectively. One, we have logical negation. Exclamation mark. Logical negation. Then we have logical AND. It is followed by logical OR. Kindly know the difference between Pascal and C. In Pascal, logical OR, you just write it as OR. Logical AND, you write it as A and B. Logical negation, you just write it as not, just as you can see. So in Pascal, logical negation is written as not. Logical AND is written as A and B, and logical OR is OR. But in C, we don't have such names. What we have is logical negation, we have logical and then we have logical OR. Then next to that order is what we call the assignment operators. The assignment operators are grouped into the following. One, we have what we call simple assignment operator. Or in other words, the assignment operators are as follows. Number one is the simple assignment operator. This is a replacement operator that assigns the result of an expression or data item on the right to whatever variable is on the left. In Pascal, it is represented as, I want you to see the symbol, as, that is colon equal sign. While in C, it's represented as equal sign, just equals. That is called simple assignment operator. It is called an assignment operator. Not equal now, not equal. It is simply assignment operator. Know the difference between how we write it in Pascal and how we write it in C. Next is what we call the shortcut operators. These operators are used as shortcuts for writing expressions in C. They include increment. It increases an integer value by 1. For example, if you have x followed by the increment sign, that is what you can read as x plus plus. But we say x increment. It means that what that statement means is that it is 1, you add it to what is in the memory location called x, and the results, you assign them to the memory location called x. So you replace the content of x with x plus 1. So generally we read it as x equals to x plus 1. But in programming, we usually read it as follows. Get 1, add to the content of memory location called x. The results you are going to get, assign them back to the memory location called x. In other words, replace the content of x with the sum of x plus 1. The next operator is called the decrement operator. The decrement operator decreases integer value by 1. So whatever you have, when it's followed by a decrement operator, it means subtract 1. For example, x decrement, that is x negative, negative, x minus, minus, but I have said we did it as x decrement. It means that you get the content of memory location called x, you subtract 1 from it, and then you assign the results back the same memory location called x. Ordinarily, in mathematics, we did it as x equals x minus 1. But in programming, we say get or subtract value 1 from the memory location called x. The results you get, assign them back to the memory location called x. So what simply it means is that you subtract 1 from the content of memory location called x. And the results, you assign them back to the memory location called x. Then we have division assignment. Division assignment. It divides left operand with the right operand and assigns the result to left operand. For example, If you have A division assignment B, A division assignment B, it means that get the content of memory location called A divided with the memory or with the content of memory location called B. The results I'm going to get, assign them back the memory location called A. Then we have modular assignment. Modular assignment. It takes modulus using two operands and assigns the result to left operand. They have said modulus is simply the remainder. For example, if you have A modulus B, it means get the content of the memory location called A. Divided with the remainder of memory location called B. Then the results we are going to get, assign them back to the memory location called A. In other words, get A modulus. Get A modulus. Or in other words, divide A by B. Let me put it properly. This statement reads as follows. Divide the content of memory location called A with the content of memory location called B. The results in terms of the remainder, assign that remainder to the memory location called A. I repeat, A modulus or modulus assignment B. A modulus assignment B means get the content of memory location called A divided the content of the memory location called B. The remainder you are going to get, assign it back to the memory location called A. Good. We now proceed to multiplication assignment. It multiplies left operand with the right operand and assigns the result to the left operand. In other words, it multiplies the number on the left with the number on the right. And the result gotten is assigned to the left number, or in other words, it is assigned to the left memory, or memory represented on the left. Let me put it properly. Multiplication assignment means multiply the content of memory location represented on the left side with the content of the memory location represented on the right side. Then the results you are going to get, assign them back to the memory location represented on the left. For example, A multiplication assignment B means get the content of memory location called A. Multiply it with the content of memory location called B. The results we are going to get, assign them back to the memory location called A. Then we have what we call addition assignment. Addition assignment. It adds left operand to the right operand and assigns the results to the left operand. For example, if you have A addition assignment B, A addition assignment B, it means get the content or memory location called A. Add the content or add that content to the content of the memory location called B. Then the results we are going to get, assign them to the memory location called A. Assign them to the memory location called A. Meaning, that after you have added the content of memory location equal A to the content of memory location equal B, the sum or the result you're going to get will replace whatever that was previously in memory location equal A. Next is subtraction assignment. Subtraction assignment. It subtracts left operand from the right operand and assigns the results the left operand. For example, if you have A subtraction assignment B, A subtraction assignment B, it means that get the content of memory location called A, subtract from it the content of memory location called B. The answer you are going to get of the results, assign them back to the memory location called A. Or you can read it as follows. Pick the content of memory location called A. Subtract from it the content of memory location called B. The results we are going to get, replace them back or replace them in the memory location called A. Let me put it in another way. Get the content of memory location called B. Subtract the memory location or subtract the content of memory location called A. No, that's not a good way. That's not a good way of reading. My dear students and the rest of the learners, it's always good to know how to read these expressions. The best way to read such an expression is not to read beginning with B. It is to begin with the highest value. Then you subtract the smallest value. In other words, the best way to read it is just the way it reads. Subtract left operand from the right operand and assign the result to the left operand. In our case, the left operand in this case is B. The left operand is, now let me ask you, my dear students and the rest of the learners, you can hear the way I'm repeating my statements. That is exactly the mistakes that we usually make. And I was repeating so that we're able to understand. Because if you make a slight mistake, you interpret this expression wrongly. At the end of the day, you are going to get the wrong answer. Which is the right side and which is the left side? Which is the right side and which is the left side? In my context, or in this case, for you to know what is on your left side and what is on your right side, just use your right and left hand side. The side with your left hand, the side where your left hand is, that is the left side of an expression. The side where your right hand is, that is where, or that is the right side of the expression. The right side of your hand is right side of the expression. The left side of your left hand, or your left hand side, is the left side for an expression. The right hand side is the right side of the expression. Therefore, A, in our case here, A subtraction assignment B, A subtraction assignment B. A is the left operand. B is the right operand. A is the left operand. B is the right operand. So subtract left operand from the right operand and assign the results left operand. So it is If you have A, subtraction assignment B, it means get the content of memory location called A. Subtract from 8 the content of memory location called B. The results you are going to get, assign them back to the left operand, which is A. I hope you have understood how we read expressions or statements that have certain operators, whether subtraction of assignment operator, addition assignment operator, or any other operator that, or any other expression that contains mostly an assignment operator. So what about the operations? Which operations can be performed in C and Pascal? An operation is the activity that is performed by an operator in an expression. These operations are carried out based on the order of operator precedence in an expression that has several operators. The various operations that are carried out in the programming language go hand in hand with the categories of the operators that I have already explained. They include arithmetic operations. For example, exponentiation, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Exponentiation, we use exponent. Division, we use the division symbol. Multiplication, we use multiplication operator. Addition, we use the AND or the addition operator. Subtraction, we use the subtraction operator. So the operators determine the operation. The name of operation is dictated by the operator in use. Relational operations is the other type of operations. Relational operations or relational operations deal with comparing values. For example, operation for equality, operation for inequality, among others. Then we have logical or Boolean operations. For example, negation. From there, we have what we call assignment operations. For example, increment, decrement, among others. So what we call simple statements in programming are statements that perform only one operation. So they have only a single operator. They have only one operator. For example, x plus y, meaning get the content of memory location called x and the content of the memory location called y. Or we have x equals to y, x equals to y, x equals to y. In other words, the content of memory location called x are equal to the content of memory location called y. Or how else do you think, or what else do you think that this statement can mean? Remember, we are talking about a single operator. Many students usually confuse when they say they see two assignment operators or two equal signs. They are used to equal signs. So when you see x followed by this operator in C, it is called the equal operator, or equal operator, equal. equal to, in C, equal to. So the content of memory location called X is equal to the content of memory location called Y. Then we have this other statement. X, then we have equal sign and Y. So in Pascal, what do you think this one means? X equals to Y. What does that mean? It simply means, because this is a single operator, this statement simply means that get the content of memory location called Y, assign it to the content of memory location called X. Get the content of memory location called Y, assign it to the content of memory location called X. That is in C. You interpret it that way in C. In C. So this symbol here is the assignment symbol in C. In C. I hope you remember the assignment symbol in Pascal. Here it is. So this is the assignment symbol in Pascal. Simply it means get the content of memory location called Y, assign it to the memory location called X. So that's also a single operator. It's an assignment operator. Then we have X greater than 5. Is X greater than 5? X is greater than 5. It's a relational operator. We are going to see more on how you apply each of these operations as we proceed. But kindly note, this is a single operator. If you look at a statement like this one, many students confuse and they assume that these are two operators. The operator between X and Y, that's a single operator. Then this other one here, students easily confuse and they think that there are two operators here, but this is a single operator. A single operator. What about compound statements? These are statements that perform many operations. In other words, they make use of several operators. For example, in Pascal, we can have an operator or an expression like this one. It has two assignment operators, or it has two operators. It has the assignment operator and it has the multiplication operator. Because it reads as follows: pick the content of memory location called X, multiply it with 5. The results we are going to get, assign them to the memory location called X. In other words, replace whatever is the memory called X, memory location called X, with the results of the content of memory location called X multiplied by 5. Then we have this other statement, which reads as follows: get the content of memory location called X, and the content of memory location called Y. The results we are going to get, assign them to the memory location called Z. So we have two operators here. We have the addition operator, the one which is in between X and Y. And we have assignment operator, which is in between Z and X. So anytime any expression has more than one operator, then that statement becomes a compound statement. In C, we have a statement like this one. which is having multiplication assignment. Multiplication assignment. It is compound because you are multiplying the content of x with the 5. You multiply the content of x with the 5. The results you are going to get, you assign them back to the memory location called x. So this statement reads as follows. Get the content of the memory location called x, multiply it with the 5, or multiply it by 5. The results you are going to get, assign them back to the memory location called x. Good. Then we have this other one. It reads as follows. Get the content of memory location called x, and to the content of memory location called y. The results you are going to get, assign them to the memory location called z. I would like you to compare how we write the two in Pascal and in C. In Pascal, as you can see, in Pascal, we have this assignment operator here. Then we have this multiplication symbol. In C, we simplify that. We simplify this combination by just writing it like that. So anytime you see this kind of an operator, then remember, it is you are getting what is on your left-hand side. You multiply with what is on the right-hand side, the expression. The answer you are going to get, you assign it back the memory location or back to whatever that is on your left side. If it is x, you assign what you are going to get in the memory location called the x. Also remember this assignment operator in Pascal. It is represented like this in C. In C. So this is an assignment operator in C. This is the assignment operator in Pascal. Good. We proceed. Having understood that, we move on to the next part series, or the next part in this series, the next section. So the next section is section 3. Therefore, my dear students and the rest of the learners, we have come to the end of section 2 in this series or in this topic. Proceed to section 3 or 5 in this topic, which I have covered in the next part of these tutorials. Congratulations for learning section 2 or 5 of the topic program structure. You can also access section 1 and 5 of this topic. In other words, you can access section 1, section 3, section 4, and section 5 of this topic, as well as other topics in the computer structure and programming unit, as well as other computer or ICT videos by clicking or tapping on MLSWAP ICT YouTube channel below this video. You can also visit MLSWAP Life Skills YouTube channel for free life skills, motivational and inspirational resources. To subscribe to this channel, tap on subscribe button below this video in YouTube if it's not currently reading as subscribed. For any further correspondence, kindly write it to us through the email mlswap@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening to me. Let's meet in the next part, which is part 9, where we are going to look at section 3 of this series. Thank you. and be blessed.